The Mikolo SR06 proves that you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to add a dedicated linear row machine to your home gym. But this new machine from Gymusclo costs about the same, and on paper it improves upon the Mikolo in several important ways. It has a longer guide track, a larger foot plate, more adjustment options, and a true neutral grip. But do those upgrades actually make it a better machine, or is this just another cheap piece of home gym equipment that looks better online than it performs in person? Well, I've been testing it out, and today we're gonna find out. Let's get to it. Hey guys, my name is Chris, and this is Strength and Steel Reviews. I'm a father, a personal trainer, and a home gym equipment reviewer. And today, we review something new and fresh, at least for me. And that would be a linear row machine, specifically the version designed by Gymusclo. It's an odd company name. I'm not totally sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's Gymusclo for the rest of the video. Sorry. And in advance, they did send this to me for free for a review. Honestly, they'd been pestering me for months, and I kept telling them that I didn't have the time, and really I still don't, but they were so kind and patient that I eventually buckled, and so yeah, here we are. And yeah, up front, this might be a shorter review than usual. I'm not really sure. But yeah, if you're interested, by the end of this video, scope out the affiliate link below in the description, and you can use my code STRENGTHSTEELRE on their site to get 10% off. But okay, so exactly what is a linear row machine? Because personally, I lack experience with this kind of machine. It's essentially a Smith machine designed specifically for rows. The handle travels straight up and down along two guide rods, eliminating any possible side-to-side movement, while the support pad helps reduce some of the demand placed on your lower back. The obvious comparison here would be to the Mikolo SR06. Both machines cost less than 400 bucks, and they use the same basic design, but the Gymusclo has a longer guide track, a larger footprint, more pad adjustments, and a true neutral grip. Now for me, I've only briefly experimented with the Mikolo version, so this won't be a definitive head-to-head comparison, but I can still explain how their designs do differ and which one I would prefer based on my experience. So Gymusclo's linear row is made of 14 gauge steel. It has a 440 pound working capacity with 220 pounds for either side. It uses two chrome guide rods with linear bearings, and it includes storage pegs at the back. The loading and storage plates also accommodate 1 or 2 inch plates using the included adapters. I don't personally care about standard plate compatibility, but it's a nice option for those of you that are stuck in the past. I'm just kidding, relax. Now, assembly was remarkably easy, which I appreciate because assembling gym equipment, if you know me, is something that I absolutely abhor. The hardware was well organized and properly labeled, and the instructions were simple and very easy to understand. The machine is relatively short, but it's fairly wide once you account for the loading pegs and the clearance required to add plates. It's also important to keep in mind that it's a dedicated machine that primarily performs one movement, so you're going to have to decide whether that justifies taking up your floor space. This is a rowing machine. There are 6 different grips, which I'll talk about soon, and that's nice, but it's still the same basic movement. Now the support pad offers 6 different positions, allowing you to adjust it for your height and of course for your torso position. Gymusclo calls this a chest pad, but I describe it more accurately as a torso support butt pad. I don't know, it's not a chest pad. I don't ever put my chest on it. It reduces a lot of lower back involvement, essentially. But it doesn't completely eliminate it like a traditional chest-supported row would, like my Temple of Gains T-bar row. Rest in peace. The foot plate is large and it gives you plenty of room to experiment with your stance, and the integrated handle also provides wide, narrow, and neutral grip options. And I should pause and say one of the best parts about this machine, to me at least, would be that it offers 6 different grip positions. Ordinarily, if you're gonna wanna target your upper back more and your traps, your rhomboids, you're gonna flare your elbows out. If you wanna target your lats more, you're gonna bring your elbows in. Because of the plethora of grip positions available here and how good most of them feel, you're going to find something that works for your physiology. Having that kind of flexibility at home, I consider to be very important. So how does it feel? Well, fortunately, it feels remarkably good for the price. The linear bearings move smoothly, and I haven't experienced any significant sticking or unevenness as the carriage moves along the guide rods. The longer track also provides excellent range of motion. I can achieve a deep stretch at the bottom, and I can pull the handle completely into my torso as high as I want to, seeking that maximal contraction without reaching the far end of the track. The fixed vertical path does require a bit of experimentation. Unlike a T-bar row, the handle can't naturally arc toward the body, so you need to position your feet and torso correctly right off the bat. And once I'm situated, the movement feels stable, it feels repeatable, and it does feel safe and easy to control. Now again, it is not as natural or as refined as something like my former Temple of Gains T-bar row, but it definitely delivers a surprisingly satisfying movement that feels smooth and good for under 400 bucks. But okay, how does it compare to Mikolo's SR06? Now again, I've only briefly used the Mikolo SR06. However, the Gymusclo appears to have improved upon their design in several meaningful ways. Its guide track is longer. The footplate is considerably larger. It provides 6 grip positions instead of 4, and it includes a neutral grip. Now, these upgrades are not meaningless. They improve your ability to fit the machine to your body and achieve a comfortable range of motion. Mikolo is a more established brand here, obviously, and currently advertises a better warranty and a better return policy. But strictly from design and from a training perspective, I would choose the Gymusclo. But okay, so what could be better about Gymusclo's linear row machine? Well, first, as we know, it is a specialized machine that occupies a lot of space, and it performs one movement, which is what makes it specialized. Obviously, that's a preference, but you should know what you're getting into. For me, this takes up a little bit too much space and does indeed perform one movement, even though there are 6 grip positions, which is awesome, but because of that, I can't justify it remaining here. Another complaint I have here would be the knurling. The knurling is extremely passive. I would like it to be at least a little more aggressive. And the support pad, which is definitely not a chest pad, does not successfully remove all movement from your lower back. I don't think there's a way to do that with this kind of machine, a linear rowing machine, but yeah, it doesn't do that. And though the footplate is notably larger than Mikolo's version, it's textured, it's pretty nice, it does not adjust, and I certainly wish that it did. So, is the Gymusclo linear row machine any good? Yeah, I think it is. For less than 400 bucks, along with my glorious discount, it allows for pretty smooth movement, an excellent range of motion, some useful adjustments, and enough loading capacity for practically anyone. It is not essential if you already own a T-bar row, a Smith machine, or have any kind of chest-supported row setup. But if you have the space and want a dedicated row machine without spending a fortune, I do think it's a worthwhile consideration. I can't definitively declare it as better than the Mikolo SR06 after only briefly using that machine, but based on the respective designs and my experience with this one, I would lean towards Gymusclo. But alright, otherwise that is it for the review. You guys know the deal. Like the video, comment to support the almighty enigma that is the algorithm. If you do those things, you support the video, and for that I say thank you. Yeah, and for more home gym equipment reviews by your boy, subscribe, and you guys stay strong and you stay steely, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.